Hi guys, it's Amelia here, trying stuff that we can make quickly in the Mielex pressure cooker. Do note I'm not getting sponsored for my Miele, hubby bought it for me. I'm just trying out recipes that I know I can give over to my son and his wife that they can try at home that's faster, since in South Africa we get terrible power outages. So it needs to be quick meals so that we can eat when we get home 6-7 o'clock at night and quickly make a meal that's not going to take 2 to 3 hours to make if we're standing in front of the stove. So yes, today we're making prawns. I've got 800 grams of prawns, a bag of prawns. This is going to set you back about 160 rand. I've got a bag of broccoli. You're not going to need the full bag. You're going to use about half. This bag cost me 24.99. You're going to need some butter. I'm going to use all of this. Prawns is just much better if you have some butter with it, or shrimp. I don't know what you guys call it, but we call it prawns. Some lemon herb sauce. We're not peri-peri fans, but if you like peri-peri, you can always change this to peri-peri, but we use lemon and herb, much nicer for us. Of course, you need fresh cream. Then you're going to need salt. You can add other spices like fish spices and stuff like that to it, but you don't need to. This is all you're going to need, and this is going to be a delicious meal for 2 people. Okay, so the contents of our bag has gone into the pressure cooker. You can see it's nice chunks of prawns. It's an 800 gram bag of prawns that we are just going to put in here, and I'm going to do just 4 minutes for now because it still has a little bit of water that I'm trying to get rid of, so I don't want it to cook yet. And because prawns are they cook so fast, I just want to get rid of some of the water in it. So we're just going to do it 4 minutes with an open top, just to get rid of some of it. Normally what you would do is you would go buy it at your local store, either fish store or a Pick and Pay or a shopping center or a Tesco's, or shops like that. Go buy it there, or from Woolworths. Buy it and it's already defrosted, so you could just add it immediately. All the water should be out. There shouldn't be any water in it, but in my case I had it in the freezer, so it got a little bit of water, freezing. So I needed to get rid of that water, and that's the easiest way to do it, is just quickly I put it in the microwave, defrosted it, and I did get rid of most of the water, but this is still going to give me lots of water. So I'm just quickly going to put it in to try and get rid of most of the water. Okay guys? Okay, now you can see I've got some water. Let me just quickly get a spoon and show you guys. Okay. Water. Can you guys see the amount of water there? So you don't want that water. So we're going to throw that out. So just quickly put it through my colander. Okay, so now emptied it out. It's in the colander. I'll show you just now. So now I'm going to add my butter and my broccoli and the prawns and some salt. So let's quickly do that. Broccoli, I'm only going to use half of this bag, so I'll just quickly open this up. Half of this bag. Oh, sorry guys. My butter first. Butter, I'm going to use this whole block. Well, it's about 4 tablespoons of butter that I'm going to put in. Now I like it buttery. It just tastes so much better. Butter makes everything better. I love butter. So I'll just put the butter in, let that melt away. I have got I'll quickly put it on 4 minutes because that's how quick it's going to be. I'll just quickly let this melt. In the meantime, let me quickly show you guys. I've taken the prawns, just put it in the colander and get all that water out, because I really don't want the water. It just makes it the sauce yuck. And we're going to use cream, so we need that. Okay, so it's getting there slowly. Okay, while the butter is melting, let's add the prawns. Now at this stage you can add your peri-peri sauce, or your, like in my case, lemon butter sauce. So I'm going to, while it's still open and on, quickly put my peri-peri sauce. Peri-peri sauce, you're not going to use a lot. You don't need to use a lot unless you are pretty keen on hot stuff. In our case, we're not. We like the lemon butter, and it's going to cook away and just basically coat the prawns with that nice butter and peri-peri sauce, in my case lemon butter sauce. Just going to coat all the prawns nicely before we put the lid on. Okay, and then of course our favorite plain salt. Now you only need a few pinches of salt, I would say about 2. So we're adding about 2 pinches of salt, and that's it. Now the cream will come in as soon as you put the broccoli in. Now can you see it's nicely cooking the prawns? It's just turning it into lovely yumminess. Okay guys, can you see? Lovely yumminess in here. Okay, now we're going to add the broccoli. Oh, it looks lovely. I could actually eat it already. But it's not properly cooked yet. Let's just taste the sauce. Yep, it's fine. Now because we're going to add broccoli, broccoli also needs a little bit of salt. So we'll add a little bit more salt once we put that in. Okay guys, the prawns is basically done. Okay, now we're going to add the broccoli. I'm putting it in chunks. It's chunky pieces, layering it on top. Now I told you guys I'm only going to use half of this bag, and this bag's 24 Rand. Can you see how much this is? It's a lot. I can actually cut it smaller. Where's my knife? I can cut this smaller. It doesn't need to be this big. Okay, I'm layering it on top of my broccoli, of my prawns. Now the contents of this is, it's a 250 ml cream, fresh cream. You can use a whole one, you can only use half, it depends on you. That to me is about just, I've used 2/4 of it. Okay, that to me is enough. And just for safety's sake, I'm adding a little bit of salt because of my broccoli. Another pinch of salt on top of that. And a little bit more of the nice peri-peri lemon herb sauce. Now, I like to add garlic, but let's quickly get that. The garlic I've got has got garlic and ginger in it. it won't make any difference. Whether it's garlic and ginger or just plain garlic, I'll add about, it's a teaspoon of garlic to it. Now we're just going to close it up, let it cook away for its 4 minutes. You'll have a lovely dish. Close it up. Make sure so we're making sure our pressure is on. This would be open, this would be closed. It will pressurize it. We've got it set on 4 minutes. I'll quickly show you again. 4 minutes. Now look, it takes a while. When it flashes like that, it's basically saying this is your time. Now it's starting. Can you see when it makes those circles? Now it's starting. So it's now going to cook away and pressurize this pot for 4 minutes. The food should cook in that 4 minutes, and then once it's finished, it will stop, and then this lid will not open until such time as it's depressurized. So you don't have to worry about anything. And please do me a favor, see this part of the lid? Please don't touch it. It is hot, hot, hot. Over here you can touch because it's got a double layer, but over here it's absolute hot, hot. You will burn. So please don't touch the spot. If you want to touch any pot, you can touch here. And please don't move your pressure cooker. Once it's in one spot, don't move it around because you normally lose pressure. The seal is very tender. As soon as you move it around, it will automatically depressurize, and you'll have to re-pressure the pressure cooker again. But you can hear at the moment, if you look at my lid, it is slowly but surely getting to pressure. It'll carry on like this, and then suddenly it'll stop and you won't hear a thing anymore except my talking. Okay, did you hear that? It stopped. So which means it's basically getting up to pressure. So all the air's gone out and it's gone into pressure. So now it's going to cook away for 4 minutes. And once we open this lid, it will just be absolute yumminess. Just leaving it, it's still doing 2 minutes, still cooking away. And I quickly want to just show you the back of it. Can you see this little holder? It's where all your condensed water will go to. So if it's steaming away and sometimes this thing gets full, there's water in it, just remove it, you slide it out, wash it, clean it, put it back in. Very easy. But okay, let's just leave it. Still got 2 minutes to go. Quickly just show you, you cannot lift this lid up. Okay, my pressure cooker is finished now. It's done its thing after 4 minutes. But this thing will not move. You can do what you want to, it will not move. Meaning it's still got pressure in it. So we leave it to depressurize. Okay, so it's finished. You can see the pressure valve is looking this way. So it's releasing pressure and it won't burn you. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Still very watery, the cream and everything in it. Now you're just going to leave it open. Oh, and my broccoli is basically cooked. Soft, soft, soft. Like I said, vegetables only needs 4 minutes. Actually less than that, but 4 minutes and it's soft. Okay, now we're going to leave it open for another 4 minutes. So I'm quickly going to set my setting, switch it on. 4 minutes just to get rid of most of the water that's inside. Okay, let's go. Okay, now you can see that it's starting to thicken up the cream. Now at this stage you can either dish it up and put it over rice. In our case we don't put rice in our food. We don't make rice at all. So that'll be it. But so I'm just going to let it cook a little bit more. It's only cooked 1 minute. So I'm going to let it cook for another minute. And our food is ready. Okay, our meal is ready. This now can go onto a plate and be eaten away. So yeah, I'll take a picture. And can you see what happened to the broccoli? It's basically gone. Here's a little bit of broccoli. But broccoli cooks away so fast. So yes, put it in literally minutes before the time. But I like it like this. Any rice, I like to use that as like a mash. Yeah, it's a broccoli mash, but it's cooked into my prawns. Okay guys, I'll dish up and show you. And there's our meal. Beautiful, succulent prawns with broccoli that's smashed away. Well, it's basically cooked away. And I've made some sweet potato. And voila, a meal for two. Enough food for 2 people. This is more than enough food for 2 people.